Hello you, and welcome to Geekism's Restful. Tonight, a guided sleep fable will take you on a journey to Meadowvale Market, a cozy village trading hub that has a few mystical secrets up its sleeve. Before we begin, please take a moment to prepare for sleep. Make sure you are in a safe and comfortable environment. Take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, and relax. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy above, creating patterns of light and shadow on the forest floor until you find yourself approaching the edge of the lush forest, the air crisp and filled with the scent of pine and wildflowers. Your journey is almost at an end as you amble past the last few trees into the open landscape of rolling hills. The sun seems as though it got there just as you did. You step forward onto a winding path that leads up towards the village of Meadowvale. The path meanders gently, inviting you to slow down and savour each step. Birds sing melodiously in the bushes that line the way, their songs blending harmoniously with the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze. As you continue along the path, you catch glimpses of a bustling village nestled in a serene valley ahead. The first rays of morning sunlight casting a warm golden glow across the fields of wheat and heather, and eventually over the thatched roofs and cobblestone streets of the quaint market town that is the end of your journey. You find yourself drawn irresistibly towards the heart of the village, where the market square awaits, soon to be alive with activity and anticipation. The village comes into full view as you approach, and the sights and sounds of the market greet you warmly. Merchants and craftsmen bustle about, setting up their stalls with care and attention to detail. Colourful tapestries flutter in the breeze, catching the sunlight and revealing intricate designs woven with threads of gold and silver. The air is filled with the enticing aromas of freshly baked bread, exotic spices, and fragrant herbs, creating a sensory blend that envelops you in its embrace. You catch yourself for a moment and set about joining in the preparations, feeling a sense of purpose and excitement as you choose a spot for your own stall. As a travelling merchant, you specialise in potions brewed from rare herbs, each bottle shimmering with iridescent hues that hint at their mystical properties. But also, your craftsmanship for creating finely wrought jewellery, adorned with sparkling gemstones that catch the light and captivate the eye, should not be diminished. Whatever magical enhancement the customer is looking for today, you'll be able to take pride in offering something truly unique and enchanting to the visitors of your magical wagon. The market square comes alive around you as more vendors arrive, each bringing their own special talents and wares to contribute to the vibrant way of the day. You exchange friendly greetings and nods with neighbouring merchants, sharing stories of travels and adventures that have inspired your creations. There is a palpable sense of camaraderie and community among everyone present, a shared appreciation for the beauty and wonder that surrounds them. As the morning sun breaks across the rolling distant hills, patrons of all kinds begin to wander through the bustling market square. Some faces you recognise as regulars, others are less familiar, but that's fine by you. New customers come with the promise of tales and fresh coin. The first to approach your stall is a tall, cloaked figure of a wizard, in search of rare magical herbs to enhance his own potions. His appearance was as if carved by the hand of time itself. His face, weathered and lined with countless winters, bore the imprint of years spent in contemplation and solitude. Eyes the colour of storm clouds gleamed in an otherworldly light, reflecting the depths of knowledge accumulated over centuries of study. His attire spoke of a life steeped in arcane tradition, robes of midnight blue adorned with intricate patterns that shimmered with faint magic, flowed around his frail frame. A silver clasp in the shape of a crescent moon secured the romes at his neck, where a pendant of polished amber hung, containing the captured essence of a long-extinct fire elemental. In his hand he wielded a staff of ancient oak, taller than himself and adorned with runes that pulsed softly with ethereal energy. The wood, twisted and gnarled, seemed to remember the touch of countless spells and incantations woven into its very fibre. He peers intently at your collection, eyes alight with a keen understanding of arcane properties, carefully selecting ingredients that shimmer with latent energy. He's abruptly brushed out the way by a burly barbarian, clad in fur and leather, who strides up. A towering figure, standing well over 6.5 feet tall, with shoulders broad enough to eclipse the stature of most men. His muscular frame, honed by a lifetime of survival against the elements and fierce adversaries, speaks volumes of his physical prowess. Each sinewy muscle defined beneath weather-beaten skin, adorned with scars that bore witness to countless battles won and challenges overcome. His face is a map of rugged determination, cut into by biting cold and relentless sun. A strong, square jawline, framed by a thick beard of wiry red-brown hair, gives him a fierce, almost lion-like appearance. Deep-set eyes of molten amber glinted with a primal fire that mirrored the untamed spirit within him. His attire is practical, yet adorned with the trappings of his warrior culture. He wears a tunic of tough, fur-lined leather, intricately stitched with patterns that told stories of ancestral triumphs and battles. Over his broad chest, a mantle of fur from a great white bear is draped, serving both as protection against the cold and a symbol of his prowess as a hunter. At his side hangs a hefty broadsword, its blade gleaming with an edge owned to deadly perfection. The hilt, crafted from bone and adored with runes of protection, fits comfortably in his calloused grip. Strapped across his back, a quiver of arrows and a sturdy bow hints at his skills as a marksman, capable of striking down prey or foe with unerring accuracy. His gruff voice softened by curiosity, he examines your selection of finely crafted amulets and pendants, seeking a talisman imbued with protective magic to shield him in battle against formidable foes. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, casting dappled patterns of light and shadow across the cobblestones, you take a moment to pause and soak in the atmosphere. The gentle hum of voices and laughter fills the air, mingling with the melodic strains of a minstrel's lute playing nearby. You watch as children dart through the market square, their laughter echoing off the ancient stone walls, their eyes wide with wonder at the treasures that surround them. Into the early noon, patrons continue to trickle into the market square, drawn by the promise of discovering something extraordinary. You greet each visitor with a warm smile, eager to share your passion and craftsmanship with them. Some stop to admire your creations, marvelling at the intricate details and artistry that have gone into each piece. Others engage in lively conversation about the myths and the legends that inspire your work, their eyes alight with curiosity and fascination. A graceful elf bard, dressed in flowing garments adorned with silver thread, approaches with a twinkle in her eye and a lute slung over her shoulder. She possesses a slender, lithe frame that moves with effortless grace, like a leaf caught in a gentle breeze. Her complexion is fair and radiant, kissed by the sun and adorned with delicate elven glyphs that glow softly when she weaves her enchanting melodies. Every moment is a dance, fluid and precise, reflecting the harmony she finds in both music and nature. Her face is a study of elven perfection, high cheekbones, framed by cascades of shimmering silver hair that falls in loose waves around her shoulders. Her eyes a luminous emerald green that sparkle with intelligence and a touch of mischief, framed by arching brows that seem perpetually arched in curiosity. Her lips, often curved in a serene smile, speak of secrets whispered by ancient forests and forgotten stars. She listens intently as you describe the enchantments woven into the lining of a beautiful green cloak, her fingers tracing patterns of starlight and moonbeams that shimmer in the fabric. She chooses the cloak. It depicts ancient ballads and heroic deeds, knowing it will inspire her next performance under a moonlit sky. As the day progresses, you find yourself immersed in the rhythm of the market, each moment unfolding like a chapter in a storybook. You watch as a noblewoman haggles playfully with the blacksmith over the price of a finely forged sword, their banter filled with good-natured humour. Nearby, an elderly sage imparts wisdom to a group of young apprentices, his weathered hands gesturing animatedly as he recounts tales of ancient civilizations and lost realms. A scholarly gnome breaks your gaze, a stack of weathered tomes cradled in his arms. He has a diminutive figure, even for a gnome, with a balding head adorned by a few stray tufts of silver hair that give the impression of a monk. His large spectacles, perched precariously on the bridge of his nose, magnify eyes that gleam with perpetual curiosity, flickering like embers in a dimly lit room. Clad in a mismatched ensemble of patched robes and a velvet smoking jacket that has seen better days, this professor's attire is a testament to his single-minded dedication to his research. A quill pen, tucked behind one ear, waggles excitedly as he gestures animatedly, explaining the intricate complexities of the ancient runic translation he holds in his hands. He inquires about selling the collection of rare manuscripts and scrolls, seeking knowledge that has been lost to time. Together you pore over their ancient texts and manuscripts. His eyes are alight with excitement as he uncovers forgotten spells and incantations, deciding, in the end, to keep the collection, for fear of the power within getting into the wrong hands. The market square hums with a gentle energy, a mosaic of sights, sounds, and scents that weave together into a harmonious melody. The aroma of exotic spices mingles with the earthy scent of freshly turned soil, creating a sensory symphony that fills your heart with joy and contentment. You take a moment to appreciate the diversity of offerings around you, shimmering crystals that catch the light and refract it into 1,000 dazzling colours. Leather-bound tomes filled with tales of heroism and magic, and delicate potions that glow with mysterious hues, each promising to unlock secrets of the universe. A spirited halfling rogue, nimble and quick-witted, sidles up to your stall with a mischievous grin. Their eyes, a piercing shade of green, dart about the square like a predator assessing its surroundings. Their keen senses are ever alert for opportunities and threats alike, the mark of a rogue who has survived and thrived in the shadows of the nearby city's underbelly. Their attire is a blend of practicality and style, a dark leather jerkin, expertly tailored to allow for swift movements, adorned with silver buckles that catch the sunlight. Tucked into their belt is an assortment of pouches and sheaths holding tools of the trade, a lockpick, a coil of thin rope, and a small dagger with a hilt wrapped in finely tooled leather. They sift through your assortments of vials and bottles, each containing potions that promise extraordinary abilities. Stealth, agility, luck. With a knowing nod and a glint in their eye, they select a vial that promises to enhance their dexterity and cunning on their next daring escapade. As the afternoon sun begins its slow descent towards the horizon, casting a warm amber glow over the market square, you start to pack up your wagon. The last patron of the day, a wise old dwarf blacksmith with hands calloused from years of craftsmanship, approaches your stall with a keen eye for detail. He is a stout figure, typical of his kin, with a powerful build that speaks of a lifetime spent wielding hammer and tongs at the forge. His weather-beaten face bears the scars of countless battles, some against the fiery breath of molten metal, others against the foes that threaten his home. A braided beard, streaked with silver and adorned with intricate gold rings, cascades down his chest like a waterfall of steel wool. He examines your display of enchanted filigree and implements, seeking to infuse his hammer with the strength of ancient mountains. Together, you discuss the intricacies of metalworking and the secrets of forging weapons that endure through generations. As the afternoon sun begins its slow descent, each patron departs with their chosen treasures, their hearts and minds enriched by the magic and wonder of the market. You watch them disappear into the throngs of villagers and travellers, carrying with them not just goods, but stories and dreams that will linger long after the day is done. The day has been a success, not just in terms of sales, but in the connections you have made and the stories you have shared. You feel a deep sense of gratitude for being a part of this vibrant community, if only for a short while, where dreams are realized and magic is woven into the very fabric of life. With a final glance around the market square, you bid farewell to your fellow merchants and patrons, knowing that you will return again to this enchanting place. As you begin your journey back along the forest path, the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. You carry with you the memories of this day, a reminder of the beauty and the wonder that exists in every corner of this world, but perhaps a little more in this little corner of Meadowvale Market.